Hello there. I feel like at this point, most people try to think about their goals in the competitive Splatoon community, at least when joining the community or making FA posts. And I like that we put a relatively big focus on them, because setting good goals is incredibly important to realize what you actually want to do, how much time you want to commit, and why. Even beyond that, these kinds of questions are really good to learn more about yourself and your inner motivations. That kind of introspection and self-reflection is extremely valuable to learn. However, I do believe that in a lot of cases, the goals many set for themselves are not realistic reflections of what they can and want to do, nor do they fully realize the potential online spaces such as this one have. I am in a position where I know a lot about entry-level goals, because we ask a few questions about that in the Stronghold Beginners Academy application form, which in total roughly 400 people have filled out as of now. In addition, my coaching and Stronghold connections allow me to touch upon this topic with people at all skill levels. In fact, a big reason why I'm making this video is a conversation I had with Roa about this topic. This video is meant as a resource to give you more guidance on what kinds of goals work, which ones usually don't, and work towards a general community shift in perspective that allows us to take a deeper look at our motivations. One of the biggest concerns I have is in regards to the realism of goals, specifically in connection with the time commitment. The most common goal ever is probably I want to win low ink, or the similar one, I want to reach mid/high/top level, among all its variations. I strongly believe that this is a goal originating from not having thought about an answer to the question and having to come up with one on the spot, or being unaware of how much work is actually connected with it. Grinding the game enough to reach that level of play, whatever it may be, will take a lot of time. For me, getting low ink banned took 1.5 years, where during some periods, me and my team played 6 days a week for entire evenings. There will be periods of burnout, there will be setbacks, there will be times where you feel like you aren't moving towards your goal at all. I'd heavily recommend reconsidering if reaching this milestone is really what you want, or if you actually care for the journey way more than reaching whatever arbitrary goal. Approaching the game, and the community for that matter, from an improvement-based perspective instead of a result-oriented one, will, among other things, reduce tilt when losing, make wins feel more valuable, make the journey of improving itself fun, make you ask more valuable questions about what the next steps for improving are, and make you feel validated even if you can't play the game as much as you maybe want to. In a similar vein, instead of saying, I want to be the best player in the world, the more realistic goal would be, for example, I want to be the best player I can be while just playing twice a week. Whatever your goals are, one of the first questions should be, is it realistic with the time I am able and want to put into the game? Another mindset shift I would encourage is to view playing the game from an enjoyment-based perspective. That is, having your primary goal in competitive not be to reach a certain level or even improve as much as you could, but simply focusing on having fun. When I played comp and started pushing into, quotes, mid-level, I've witnessed a decent amount of people who didn't actually have fun when playing Splatoon, who were bored of the game and whatever weapon they were playing, and who, upon realizing this, eventually stopped playing the game altogether. To me, this means they didn't understand the importance of actually having fun with the game. After all, what is the point of playing a game without enjoying it? However, there's something that is more important to me than any of the points I mentioned before. We are talking about goals within the competitive Splatoon community, and almost everyone just talks about the first 2 words. Hell, the first part of this video also does. Having both experienced pushing in competitive and, more recently, working to build and improve this community, I believe that the word community is by far the most important one of the three. This game is a team game, and that makes communication between teammates incredibly important. To me, the language skills I picked up over time, the lessons I learned about myself when improving together with my team, the communication skills I learned by talking to people in the community, the leadership and time management skills I learned from being a captain for my team and director at Stronghold, and most importantly, the friends I made, are far more important than any milestone I reached in-game. The internet and this community allowed me to have friends in different countries, heck, different continents, and keep up with them regularly. That is nothing short of amazing. I strongly believe in the potential of competition and, in specific, this community, to be more than just a game. To be a place where you can learn valuable lessons about yourself, where you can improve yourself as a person. A place where you can learn important soft skills that will, among other things, help you find jobs. Where you can even learn things about goddamn job applications, since they share many aspects with free agent posts and team recruitment. Community spaces that have this as a focus already exist, and have shown to be extremely successful and impactful. Due to recent events, a lot of this has moved into the background though. A big part of this channel, the Stronghold Beginners Academy, and my coaching is to bring these aspects back into the foreground, to use Splatoon as an excuse to learn about yourself. Because honestly, there aren't enough spaces in our world where that is encouraged. To get back to goal setting, I strongly believe that going into competitive with the goal of learning about yourself and seeking out or building spaces where that is encouraged is the most valuable goal you could set for yourself. That could be anything, from finding a team that values strong friendship, to live streaming and making content with a focus on self-improvement. Anything in between doing coaching and joining orgs to help on bigger projects in the community. To give you a personal example, I started out with the goals of improving at the game and finding friends. During those 1.5 years where I actively played competitive on teams, I improved my English, made friends, learned the importance of community on a personal level, learned to be less socially awkward when talking to people, improved my mindset, generally learned a lot about how my brain works, and learned management skills. I never went into the community expecting to learn all that, it just happened. Over time, when realizing the value of it all, I started gravitating towards doing that more, started coaching, revived this channel, and applied at Splatoon Stronghold where I helped build the SPA, maybe the project I am most proud of out of everything I've done in my life. In the end, doing that has been more valuable than playing the game to such a big degree that I don't even play competitively anymore. I don't expect many people to go down the path that far, because the majority of players are here for the game, for the joy of Splatoon, for the thrill of competing. However, I do hope that my story can be inspiring to seek out some of those opportunities to grow as a person outside of the quote normal path most people go. Thank you for listening.